everybody. My name is Sabina. Welcome to Hack Class. So I'm going to just talk about what highlight and contouring is and showing you how to do a simple, basic highlight and contour using one brush and just kind of talk you through the process. So I'm going to be using the Best Blend Forever brush to do everything. This is a dual-ended brush with a small end here and then a more fluffy end here. I really love this brush. It can do your whole face and then also do your contour. This brush offers light coverage. You could work it up to a medium coverage as well if you'd like. So let's jump in. I did prime my face with a primer that I'm testing out. And I did that a couple hours ago, actually, this morning, and I haven't put anything on my face. So always prime your skin before makeup application and then let that sink into your skin. You don't want your skin to be tacky or have any like moisturizer that's fresh on your skin before applying this cream makeup. I'm gonna be using this palette today. I'm gonna be using two different highlight shades and they are Candlelit and Sandy. So I'm going to be mixing those together and applying those all over my skin. So I am not going to do any like specific color correcting today. My skin looks pretty good. And this product, just mixing these two colors, will take care of everything that I have any concerns about. And this is so lightweight. I just like dab the brush into the creams really, really gently and just kind of sweep it all over my face in circular motions. If I were to color correct beforehand, I would stipple, but since I'm not doing that step today, I am buffing and using blending motions. And you can kind of experiment and see what works best for you, what you kind of like, what kind of coverage. If you want more fuller coverage, you can definitely stipple. That works really, really well for full coverage. Or like I said, if you used a corrector underneath, you don't want to move that corrector, so you would stipple your main highlight color over top so you don't disturb it. I'm gonna just put a little bit up here. I'm not gonna go all the way up to my hairline though, because that's where I'm gonna place my contour. But I do like to do a light layer all over my face, even in the areas that I would put my contour. And I'm gonna place this under my eyes. I want to make sure I do that really, really lightly because my skin has a lot of fine lines that like to collect makeup. So I find that if I use a shade that is too light under my eyes, or if I put just a little bit too much, it will gather in my fine lines. And so I found that using a little bit of a darker shade and barely putting any there has worked best to keep that area free of any product buildup. And that was like a trial and error thing. So your skin might not do that, but mine certainly did. So, okay. So my skin looks like skin. It feels as though I don't have anything on my face. That's one of the things that I really, really love about this cream makeup. Typically you think cream like heavy, cakey, not at all. Like this is so, so lightweight. I don't know how it's formulated to just make it feel like you have nothing on your skin, but it's just so amazing. All right, so that is my base layer done. With two colors, I kind of just, put a little dab here, put a little dab here, and put it all over my face. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna contour. So I'm gonna use this same brush, but I'm gonna use the smaller end and I'm gonna dip it into my contour, which I'm gonna use Astoria. And these are a lot firmer, not as smooth and creamy as the highlight. So you have to just press a little bit more to get some of that product onto your brush because they're drier. And I'm just gonna place it right under that cheekbone. I could feel where my bone is, and then I just run it right under that. So I'm gonna place it underneath the cheeks, and I'm going to place it on top of my forehead, kind of temple to temple. And then this step is optional, but I like to do it. It helps to chisel out the jawline. So underneath the jaw, like right on that bone, is where you place it. Okay, and then you can flip the brush over and use it to blend it out. So you're just going to take the top of that contour line and just flick the brush up. This, you just move back and forth to blend it in. This just adds some dimension to your face, some shadows, so it doesn't look so flat. And then this helps to define and sculpt out that jawline. And you want to blend and swirl. I like to swirl and blend downward. So you don't want to see a line of demarcation, which is where you have that like foundation line. You don't want to see that and your neck color. So you really want everything to blend in nicely. So I like to just swirl and bring that down. And so it just blends right into my skin. Okay, you can go back and you can do another layer of contour if you want, but I'm gonna leave it like that. I love bronzer, so I'm gonna go ahead and use bronzer, Fluffy Side. And this is our bronzer, it's called Bella. Absolutely amazing. When you first get it, a little dab like puts a ton on your face. So really just a little bit, and it goes, I put mine right over the contour, a little bit higher. I don't put it below the contour line. So kind of right where the sun would naturally hit you, where you would get sunburnt, is where I put the bronzer. And this just warms everything up. This is an optional step. If you don't like that extra warmth in your face, you certainly don't have to, but I just really love kind of like that bronzy warm glow. I also like to put it over top of my nose, just whatever is left on my brush, and the top of my cheeks. And then if your neck is a lot lighter than your face, you can add some bronzer onto your neck, and that will help tie everything together. So I do like to add a little bit of bronzer down my neck as well. And it just blends out really, really nicely. And it just makes you kind of feel like a bronzed goddess. Okay, I'm gonna take my Perfector sponge. I love this sponge. I ran it under water, wrung it out really well, took a towel to it, and got all the extra water out. It is just damp, so there's no water in here at all. Whoop. And then I'm just going to press this, kind of pounce it in my skin. This presses all of the product into your skin, making it like a second skin, taking off any like excess that you may have put on there. I always go under my eyes. Okay, and then I do have a little bit of a blemish right here, so I can go back and use the small end of my brush and kind of just cover that up, tap it in with my finger. Just to kind of help take care of that. So then blush, or our lip and cheeks is the next thing that I would do. And for like an everyday color, it just kind of depends on your preference. Nude is really beautiful. And then if you are into peaches, I love Frenchie and Tropicana are very beautiful. A color that I adore that is more of a pink color is called Pink Grapefruit. So that's the one that I'm going to use today. And it looks like this. What I'm gonna do is just take that same brush and then I'm gonna pop that onto my cheek, right over where I put the bronzer. And I like to place my blush onto my cheek and then kind of work it up and back. And if you make a mistake, or if you put on too much blush, you can just turn your brush around and blend it out. You can use your perfector sponge and it will help pick up any of that excess color as well. I'm gonna pop that tin back into my compact. So these are all my blushes because I'm obsessed. And then the rest of the blushes are in this compact. So if you have any questions about any of the blush shades, let me know. All right, and then our illuminator would be the last step if you care to do that. So I have rose gold and pearl in my compact here. And these I'm gonna use pearl. These you could use with your fingertip or your perfector, either one, and you just pop it on top of your cheekbone, just like that. And it gives you just like a really youthful glow. It's not glittery, it's, I don't know, not sparkly. It just livens up, you know, your skin. And I just like to run it down the bridge of my nose. Some girls like to pop it on top of their nose right here, but I don't like to do that. I do like to add it right on top of my lip though, just like that. Okay, so that is my full face, just using a couple colors. So I mixed 2 shades of my highlight together. I used my contour, I used a bronzer, and then I used a lip and cheek, which today was Pink Grapefruit, and then my illuminator, which was pearl. And that is it. I would finish up by setting my makeup. So any powder that you have that you really like, you can use. We have vanilla dust, but I like to use this Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder by It Cosmetics. I don't use the same brush with my cream, so I just have a separate brush for my powders that I use, and I just dip right into that and go over everything just to set it. You could use a setting spray. I sometimes use both. You can just kind of play around with what is your preference. And then I do like to go under my eyes separately with another powder. And this powder that I like for under my eyes is the Milk Makeup powder in, it's their Blur and Set powder. And I just use a little brush like this. This is the Real Techniques brush. And I just pop that right underneath my eye to set it. And that's it. And then you can certainly spritz some of our Stay Spray over the top to lock everything in. I hope this highlight and contour class was helpful to show you just how to apply the products using the Best Blend Forever brush. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.